don't want hugs, they want cuddles. And I'm like, I can't breathe.
Literally, so say I know me, they don't, like the babies like a babysit, they don't say like hugs, they're like, I don't, that's what if she wants to see, she wants to pick her up.
Welcome back to the second half, and glad you're all still with us, apart from two people who had to leave early because they were travelling, so hope they travel safely. I'm going to kick off the second half with some poems, and I went to Keats' house in Hampstead, and I was quite surprised to learn, to my disgrace I didn't know this already, that he's buried in Rome, and not only that, in an unmarked grave. All it says on his grave is, "Here lies one whose name was writ in water." So I'd like to start a campaign to bring Keats home. But in the same way the Greeks want the Elgin marbles back, we should have Keats. So this is Come Home John Keats. In Keats' bedroom, standing by his pale death mask, looking over the garden, counting steps in the snow, I'm tempted to bounce on the bed. Wake up, John Keats. Don't huddle by the fireplace with its pale sand mantelpiece, pine cones heaped in the grate. Ignore the salon below, where you reclined when sick. Knock off another Endymion. 4,000 lines can't hurt you now. Don't linger in Rome. They have plenty of poets of their own. We'll club together for a flight, have you back in no time. Come home, John Keats. The best bottle in the cellar, purrs are welcome. What do you mean? Your name is writ in water. Your name is writ in beauty, a joy forever. I was surprised to learn also that there is a full manuscript of the trial of Joan of Arc, and I haven't read the full manuscript, but I read about some of it, and what was extraordinary was that Joan of Arc was so articulate when she was a woman under 20 facing a panel of jurors and judges, and that they were also speaking a language that for the most part she didn't understand. So I thought I'd write something about Joan, being up to date with the news as I like to be. So this is the voices of Joan. Impatient with her jurors, Joan snapped, "Light your fires." And so they did. Burned this roaring girl, not yet 20. Illiterate, she was fitted up. The court translated her Middle French into Latin, not a tongue she understood. Bored by repeated questions, she languidly replied, "Ask me next Saturday." Pressed about the voices, what form they took, if they had names, entered through doors, if they were warm or smelled, she said, "The light comes in the name of the voice." And what language did the voices speak? Better language than yours. She was judged a heretic, then scorched in the square. "Light your fire," she scorned, ascending into sainthood. Once she convinced the Dauphin she was sent by God to quell the English. In body armour and shorn hair, just 17, she faced them off at Orleans. A court would later confuse, amuse and kill her, but that day her voice could not be clearer. "The King of Heaven orders and commands you, through me, to abandon your strongholds and go back to your country. If not, I'll make a war cry that will be remembered forever." France's anointed heroine won the day. Her only sin? She embarrassed men. She wrote the script. She made the play. Going to continue with a few poems from my latest collection, which is called Looking for Eden. Coincidentally, it's also on sale here tonight. Never miss a trick, that's my motto. I was flying back from Amsterdam one day, and a Dutch girl sat next to me on the plane and offered me a biscuit. So this is Biscuit Girl from Amsterdam. "Would you like a biscuit?" said the girl sitting next to me on the plane from Amsterdam. Her teeth so white, I think she must eat only apples. I appreciatively take one, crunch away. They are like our English biscuit, the hobnob, I say. Her eyes widen, the obnob, those white teeth again, as she seriously digests this important information. We call them country cookies, she says at last. Isn't that funny, I think? Obnobs sounds much Dutcher than country cookies. She is on her way to Nepal, where neither obnobs nor country cookies can easily be found. Instead, she will digest the thrill of exploring fresh lands, a world experienced through young senses, opening like a giant lotus obnob in any flavour you like. One or two poets tonight have touched on the theme of love, and of course we're still in February, so we're not too far away from Valentine's, so I thought I'd perform a poem appropriately called A Valentine Poem. On Sunday nights, when we have dinner, we stop the clocks. You look more beautiful than Julia Roberts, and the table is laid like a movie set. Who could imagine that normal people love each other this much? We don't throw food, you're not exceptionally rude, and I rarely spread jam in your lovely hair. On Sunday nights, when we eat, the heavens seem starry and replete. We bless these simple gifts of life and pass the wine and feel complete. On Sunday nights, when it's just us two, I sprinkle stardust on your pillow and hold you till the dawn sets too, and hold you till the dawn sets too. Reading Chekhov in the beautiful rain. Reading Chekhov in the beautiful rain that falls on Thursdays, the nourishing rain at the comforting bus stop, reading Chekhov in that beautiful rain. Melancholy rain escaping surmise, washing from the pages of Chekhov also, allowing redemption to wash from the skies, feeding the soul with an inner glow. The rain that falls on Thursday evening, the rain that invests in our rivers and seas, the rain that compounds interest with ease. Imagining Chekhov in the beautiful rain, creating stories that mirror the season, scratching a legacy to leave the world, the people of Russia, naked, unfurled. Here at this stop on a Thursday evening, safely sheltered from the beautiful rain, loving the sound as it hits the paving, our saviour from heaven filling the drain, watching the rain, the beautiful rain, sluicing and swooshing through Chekhov's terrain. On Thursday evening, an oasis of rhyme, the rain brings us nourishment in Chekhov time. Thank you. I'm going to finish my contribution with a poem about absent friends, or rather unreliable friends. It's called Waiting for Henry. There's a Henry in everyone's life. Henry is that person who says they're going to turn up somewhere and then doesn't. In fact, there's probably some Henrys here tonight, except you said you were going to come, but at the last minute. Waiting for Henry. The rumours begin. Henry's back in town. Days pass. Henry rings. Says he might be at such and such a place, at such and such a time, on such and such a day. We go there anyway, stand around with drinks. Someone spots Henry, but it's not Henry, just someone who looks like Henry. Henry rings to apologise. He got caught up. There was a girl, a train was late. We forgive Henry. He is only as weak as the strongest among us. Henry threatens to come to a party. From an upstairs window, we watch Henry's taxi arrive. He gets out, pays, remembers something, gets back in. We try to calculate how many years since we spoke to the physical Henry, pressed his physical flesh, stood him a drink. Once we saw him in the queue for Bob Dylan. There was a girl, there was a limousine, Henry melted away. We hear Henry's in Australia, or India, or Amsterdam. A card arrives without a stamp. It shows a white building, a red guard. Henry says he is getting his shit together. There was a girl, a plane was late. You know how it is. But we don't. We don't know how it is. This is why we love Henry so. Wherever he is. Thank you. So that's enough damning absent friends. Okay, we don't need to do detailed introductions now. I'd just like to welcome back to the Dodo stage for the second time